Have you ever been so sure about something, only for someone to convince you that you imagined it, that you're overreacting, that you're crazy? If that sounds familiar, you might have been a victim of gaslighting, one of the most insidious manipulation tactics narcissists use to control and break you down. I know this tactic all too well. For almost 3 decades, I was trapped in a web of deception, slowly losing my sense of reality to a covert narcissist who made me doubt my own mind. By the time I realized what was happening, so much had already been taken from me. My happiness, my finances, my friendships, even my own child was turned against me. In this video, we're exposing the most common gaslighting tactics narcissists use and, more importantly, how to shut them down before they destroy you. Let's get into it. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is psychological warfare. It's when someone manipulates you into questioning your reality, memory, or sanity. Narcissists use it to gain power and control by making you doubt yourself so much that you eventually rely on them to tell you what's real. The term comes from a 1944 movie, Gaslight, where a husband systematically makes his wife believe she's going insane by dimming the lights and then denying it ever happened. This tactic is used by narcissists in personal relationships, workplaces, even entire toxic families. And let me tell you, it's dangerous, because once a narcissist controls your mind, they control your entire life. Common gaslighting, phrases and tactics. Tactic number 1, that never happened. This is the classic move. They will flat out deny something happened, even if you saw it with your own eyes. I remember standing just a few feet away while he was on the phone with his friend, saying terrible things about my parents. I heard every word. There was no doubt about what he said. But later, when I brought it up, he looked me straight in the eyes and said, "That never happened. You're imagining things. You always make up stories in your head." In that moment, I started to question myself. Did I really hear what I thought I heard? Was I just overreacting? That's what gaslighting does. It makes you doubt what you know is true. If you've experienced this, you're not crazy. You're being manipulated. The best response: write things down, keep proof, and trust what you saw, not what they say. Tactic number 2, you're too sensitive, you're overreacting. Narcissists love making you feel like your emotions are the problem, not their actions. I once confided in my narcissistic ex about how his words hurt me. His response? "Wow, you're so dramatic. Can't you take a joke?" And that's what gaslighting does. It makes you second-guess your own right to feel hurt. But your feelings are real. You're not overreacting. A healthy person acknowledges pain. A narcissist dismisses it. Tactic number 3, everyone agrees with me. This is another manipulation tool, using imaginary people to validate their lies. Everyone thinks you're difficult. All my friends say you're controlling. But when you ask for names, they get defensive or change the subject. I experienced this firsthand when my narcissistic ex convinced our mutual friends that I was unstable, turning them against me before I even knew what was happening. This tactic isolates you, makes you doubt yourself, and keeps the narcissist in control. Tactic number 4, I was just joking. They'll say something cruel, and when you react, they'll laugh it off. Relax, I was just joking. But jokes are meant to be funny, not humiliating. If someone constantly jokes at your expense, they're not being playful. They're conditioning you to accept mistreatment. Tactic number 5, you're the problem. When a narcissist runs out of excuses, they turn the tables. Suddenly, you're the abuser. I remember confronting my narcissistic ex for his manipulative behavior, and somehow by the end of the conversation, I was the one apologizing. This is called projection, where they take their toxic traits and accuse you of having them. If you find yourself constantly defending your character instead of discussing their actions, you're being gaslighted. The psychological impact of gaslighting. Gaslighting isn't just manipulation, it's a form of psychological abuse. It's designed to break you down mentally and emotionally, leaving you dependent on the narcissist for reality. Over time, this can cause serious damage, including: Number 1. Constant self-doubt. You start questioning everything: your memories, your emotions, even your sanity. You feel like you can't trust yourself anymore. Number 2, anxiety and confusion. You feel constantly on edge, like you're walking on eggshells, afraid of saying or doing the wrong thing. Number 3, loss of confidence. The more they make you doubt yourself, the weaker you feel. Your self-esteem takes a massive hit. Number 4, emotional exhaustion. Your mind is always racing, trying to figure out what's real and what's not. It's mentally draining. Number 5, isolation from loved ones. Narcissists often make you feel like no one else understands you, or they turn people against you, leaving you feeling alone. Number 6, depression and hopelessness. Over time, you might feel like giving up. When someone constantly denies your reality, it can make you feel powerless. Number 7, feeling like you're losing your mind. This is the most dangerous part. Gaslighting can make you feel like you're actually going crazy, which is exactly what the narcissist wants. Because if you don't trust yourself, you're easier to control. I went through all of this. For years, I felt trapped in my own mind, wondering if I was the problem. But once I learned what gaslighting was, I started seeing the truth. And that's when I took my power back. How to recognize and stop gaslighting. If you're being gaslighted, here's how to recognize it and fight back. 1. Trust your gut. If something feels off, trust yourself. Narcissists will try to convince you that you're crazy, but deep down, you know when something isn't right. Stop second-guessing yourself just because they say so. 2. Keep a record. Narcissists rewrite history. They'll say something today and deny it tomorrow. One way to stop them from making you doubt yourself is to write things down. Keep a journal of conversations. Save text messages and emails. Screenshot proof. That way, when they try to gaslight you, you have evidence of the truth. 3. Don't engage in their mind games. Narcissists want you to argue with them. They thrive on twisting your words, making you feel crazy, and dragging you into endless debates. Instead of arguing, use the broken record technique. Repeat your truth without getting pulled into their manipulation. For example, if they say, "That never happened," you simply say, "I know what I heard. I remember exactly what you said." I'm not going to argue about this. Keep it short. Don't give them the satisfaction of breaking you down. 4. Stop seeking validation from the narcissist. This one is hard, but you will never get the truth from them. No matter how much you try to explain yourself, no matter how much proof you have, they will never admit what they've done. They don't want the truth. They want control. Instead, turn to safe people who support you. Whether it's friends, family, a therapist, or an online support group, find people who believe you. 5. Set boundaries and limit contact. The best way to stop gaslighting: cut off their access to you. If you can, go no contact. If that's not possible, like in cases of co-parenting or working with them, set firm boundaries. Keep conversations short, avoid personal topics, and don't give them emotional reactions. That's what they feed on. Example boundary: I won't continue this conversation if you keep denying reality. I'm not engaging in this discussion anymore. 6. Remind yourself, it's not you, it's them. Gaslighting makes you feel like you're the problem. But let me tell you right now, you're not. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. And you are not overreacting. Narcissists gaslight because they are terrified of being exposed. They need to manipulate others to protect their false self. But you don't have to play their game anymore. The moment you start trusting yourself again, they lose their power over you. Gaslighting is powerful, but your truth is stronger. If this video resonated with you, drop a comment below and share your experience. And if you're ready to break free from narcissistic abuse, subscribe, because knowledge is power.